I work as a coach. So I specialize in relationship. It's what I'm really interested in. I'm just very curious about what is in the Quran, because I just think there's so many wisdoms, and every time I pick it up and every time I open it, every time I look at it, I'm just blown away by what's in there. I love bringing that into the coaching world, because I think the two overlap so much that, you know, the book came about because I wanted to see all of that in one place. My dad, since I could speak, has been saying, you should write a book, you should write a book. So I was like, I gotta do this. And my mom literally inhales books. So if you give my mom a book, by the end of the day, she's like, yeah, read it, yeah, read it. And I thought actually literacy and reading is just so incredibly important. Every time I approach the Quran, I experience it as a living text. So every time I look at it and every time I read it, even if it's stuff I've read before, it means something different to me. So it feels like it's alive. So we're using science now to support the things that we are reading in the Quran and the wisdoms in the Quran, and we're doing that now. It tells us about reflection, it tells us about perspective taking, it tells us about, you know, even one of my favorite things is about tawakkul. So there's actually, because I don't speak Arabic, so tawakkul comes from the word wakalat, which means to take a representative for oneself. So literally God is saying, take me as a representative. You don't have to have a contract, there's nothing, but we get this for free. And the characteristics of that entity, if we took somebody as, you know, wakalat, is awareness, trustworthiness, strength and sympathy. So literally we've constantly got somebody who's got our back. So I think for me and that's the kind of support and nurturing that we need when we're feeling vulnerable. We're not supposed to pretend that we've got it all together, that we're so nice, that we're so XYZ. You can't be all these virtues if you're denying the other side of yourself. It's impossible, because that just takes up so much energy. Pretending that the hard bit isn't there is really taxing. Actually, if you just accept, I have this side and I have that side, then you have the freedom to choose where you're at. And I think, you know, there's nothing wrong with pleasing people if it's your choice. If it's done at cost to yourself, then actually we're just building our own grief and resentment. Yeah. Being kind to others is wonderful as long as we choose that, right? If you want to write something, just do it. Don't worry about how it sounds. That's why we edit things. Don't worry about, you know, am I going to get it done? Yes, you will. Just start. So when I write about love, it's for men and women. And when I write about fear, it's for men and women. And acceptance, it's men and women. So for me, in that sense, there's no, I don't make a distinction. So love is such an elusive thing. There seems to be an art to loving relationships. Some of us get it and others, well, we just don't. If you're in search of the one, or if you've already found them, it's important to realize that you are in control. And genuine love is not such an elusive thing. We often think we're alone in our experience of love, and that the plight that we may suffer is ours alone. That others are very much in control and are living powerfully. However, if we look a little deeper, we find that we all experience the same joys, the same sorrows, the same gains and losses. In relationships, we are all, in fact, in the same boat. Men and women all experience the same emotions in relationships. We're often so focused on the differences between us that we forget how similar we are. The key to transforming our experience of love is to understand yourself first, and then to share that with others around you. The love we give away comes back to find us. The more love you choose to give away, the more love you will have. It is precisely when you withhold love that you often find that you feel unloved. So give away your love and watch it return manyfold.